Lay. Sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it come up. The show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it come up. The show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Lay. Sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it come up. The show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it come up. The show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Lay. Sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Alright, already the show goes on all night. Lay. Sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it come up. The show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun up? Just remember when it come up. The show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Lay. Sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Alright, alright.
Just far at the same time. All right. It's about 7:11 on the dot. Hot off the mats. What the hell's the day? February. And another day on the grind. We brought along the prodigy, young John Pereira Jr., right? And we just want to talk to him and kind of share with you guys what a 15-year-old at Alpha Fit and competing for Mackinac Combat is kind of, in his own words, you know, who he is, what he's doing, and where he's going, man. So what's up? What's up, John boy? How you doing, buddy?
Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty prepared for my fight.
Yeah, no, it's you are
15.
155-pound Legends Muay Thai champion.
Yeah.
And you'll be looking next weekend, the 17th. You will be defending after a long wait, brother. Yeah.
2 years.
Let's start with that question. That's what I want to know is, how do you feel about, you know, having to wait more than, what, like 18 months to defend the title, bro?
I want to say annoying, but I'm also competing in other types of. No. It's just a different organization.
Just another event that you can.
Yeah.
That's right.
So one to another to another.
Oh yeah, and even when we're not competing, we stay busy here, brother.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things too is please share with everybody out there is your sophomore?
Yep.
Sophomore in high
Sophomore
school
year.
at Turlock High? Yeah. What is your current GPA, bud? Get close, dude. You don't have to get all that impressive.
Probably around like a 3.8, 3.9.
0.8? Right. Okay. He probably means 4.0, but yeah, you're being modest. That's at least the Johnny boy I know is a modest young man. So a 3.8 is not too bad. You're getting ready for some college courses, huh?
Yep. Took one in the winter. Took sociology,
Uh-huh.
and last year I took kinesiology.
That's right.
Taking a class for what?
Kinesiology was over the computer, so I didn't really get to experience that one very much. But sociology was pretty good. A few things I learned about society and how they work and how it works.
That's pretty knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, learned about a lot of people.
Hey, well, hey, at your young age, though, through the combat sports, you've been around a little bit. We've traveled a little bit, gone around. You've gotten to see a lot of different atmospheres and behaviors of whether it's fighters, parents. You've been backstage at professional events.
Yeah.
You got a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge for your 15 short years on this earth. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Body.
So yeah, as far as career wise, have you pinpointed exactly what you want to do with your life, bud?
Not really. I've been thinking about it, but I haven't really decided exactly what I want to do because I still have a couple years and things will change. My path will change. But I'm probably going to head into some type of physical therapy or medical.
Therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
stay
like that.
involved with athletics.
Help out around here.
Yeah. And like I said, is you're a very you've always played an intricate role in everything we do here since you were one of my first fighters along with Esteban and Aaron, so to watch you grow, man, and to see the young man that you've become has been it's just good TV for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to get involved too much on what's going on the outside world, and the world around me is progressing the way you are, dude. So, kudos to you for that. Keep striving, my brother. Keep striving. On that too, we've talked about your school a little bit, and let's talk a little bit about training, right? Because training over here is kind of like this big kind of like. And we keep it that way. We keep this kind of aura around us where it's like, yeah, we do something a little different here. And for you, what is your favorite part of training here? For all the years you've trained here, since 7 years old, what's your favorite part of training, man?
The type of training or what the training?
Just in general, the what part of our training throughout the process. And you've dealt with a lot of different things that we do here. Everything from the strength and conditioning to the combat simulation, circuit training kind of stuff, to the drilling, the teching, all the stuff, man. What's been one of your favorite? Where have you learned the most, or what do you think you got the most out of it?
I mean, I love sparring, but I've definitely gotten the most out of slowing it down on Saturdays and Thursdays and doing the techniques.
Drilling days.
Yep, drilling Saturdays where we slow it down.
We've seen a lot of growth out of you too,
Yeah.
since we focused on the youth. But we do throw a lot of stuff at you. How do you? Our training isn't. You won't train 4, 5, 6 hours a day or anything like that. But the training here is pretty intense. How do you manage that with having to do high level homework for like AP classes and stuff like that, and then finals testing, and then also your social endeavors as a high school sophomore, man.
I like high school before.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I've got a new group of friends. They're pretty cool. I really enjoy hanging out with them.
That's cool.
Well, not to get off the shit,
Yeah.
but I did ask a fucking question. Thanks a lot, bud. Yeah. Anyways,
But
how do you deal with that shit, man? The intensity of what we do here, and you just being, for the most part, an average 15-year-old.
how do I deal with it? With schoolwork and coming here all the time, I sometimes struggle to balance it. I notice sometimes I'll choose this over school when I'm at home, and I'll see my grades drop a little bit. I mean, it's my mind where it belongs. So I go home and I usually try to get back on my schedule of taking my shower, eating, and just laying in bed and doing my homework.
That's right.
So that's usually what I try to focus on once I realize my
So it's created a routine for learning as you've created a routine for training.
Yep.
Attaboy, cowboy. Yeah, no, that's what I think. A lot of young kids out there gotta hear that shit, because there's nothing that's just given. Everything's worked. Around here, like I said, we're the blue collar training facility here. We're the ones that we get our hands dirty. We actually teach with a hands on visceral, realistic approach to everything. So your point of view, I think, is really important, because there's a lot of teens out there, from what I'm getting, because I have a 13-year-old daughter, and from the energies that I'm getting, right, is teenagers right now. It's rough, man. It's rough for you guys. There's a lot of things pulling you guys in a lot of directions, and it almost feels like teenagers today, if you don't have a focus on something, you could fall fucking victim to anything.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do you at 15 years old, and you're in high school, and you see a lot of shit now in high school? How do you balance that along, and how does your training help you balance that?
That's a pretty difficult question.
Look, yeah, I told you I was going to have some good ones. Yeah. I want you to share with people that, that the struggle is real. You know what I'm saying? At any age. And we don't dumb things down for you because you're 15 years old.
Yeah.
We actually speed things up and make you deal with more of reality around it. Yeah. So I know that, there's a big thing right now with kids your age, in mental health.
Yeah.
Where, it's easy to put so much importance on one thing in life that, everything else pales in comparison. But the reality is you're kind of, you're an example of the balance. You explained it a little bit with the education regimen, right? But as far as like socially, for the kids out there, for the teenagers out there, socially, balancing out, having fun and not having too much, right? Too much fun, does your training help with that?
Definitely keeps me focused on where I need to be, and keeps me dedicated, not only to here but at school. So I'm dedicated here, it helps me realize that I need to be dedicated in my education as well.
Takes the same components.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real talk. And that's from day one. I haven't had to tell you that. It's just something that you've experienced while you've been here. Is that everything's about not just telling you about what it is, but then just now let's do it.
Yeah.
Now let's accomplish it. Now let's go down that path. I remember when you first started competing, we didn't have any youth. We didn't have anybody for you to spar. You had Aaron, you had Esteban, you had me, you had grown men. So we had to modify. We're a little rough around the edges, but it hasn't killed you. And if you had anything to share with the youth today about, because what I realize is, and this seems to be the narrative, right? And yes, I have my opinion, right? But kids today are soft, right? So you being raised the way you were by your parents, your grandparents, and then coming here and then, growing and evolving through the way our methods here, what I'm saying? What do you have to say about that?
People are definitely soft. I see it all the time at school.
But you hear
I hear it, I see it all the time, yeah. But my parents have helped me. My mother, she's sitting over there behind the camera. My father's at home, I think. But yeah, they've guided me. My grandparents, We still drive him here all the time. He's dedicated.
That's that energy that around here, brother. You know, it's always gonna be here.
Yeah.
You know, through thick and thin, through good times, through bad times, through droughts, or through, you know, when it's raining. You know, motherfuckers, everybody wants to fight. We ain't got too much of that happening in your life, you know. But we're looking forward to whatever might come up. And honestly, man, it's been a joy. It's been a joy, not just to teach you, but to watch and experience your achievements and things that you've done through, you know, being on the outside. Because I really don't feel like I'm on the outside. Do you feel like you're on the outside when you accomplish something? It's like you've been there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been there.
Yeah.
You know, I think you said it a few times.
Or rewarding watching somebody.
It is, huh?
Something when I accomplish something.
That's a trip, huh?
More active.
Yeah. It almost feels like I hold on to that more than I hold on to anything I do.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, you know, and I'm sure you kind of feel the same way, huh?
Yeah, I love being in the cage and seeing you guys get your hand raised. It's amazing. Yeah.
Or when we prepare and we strategize and I say, okay, he's going to come out, do this. And then he comes
That's
out
exactly
and
what
doesn't,
happens, yep.
you know, and then we do what we're supposed to do. And, I'm pretty sure this stat, is, have we ever lost a fight that we've listened and executed going into the fight?
Nope.
You know, and it's not just you. It's Esteban. It's Aaron. It's Tate. You know, it's Savannah for the short time she was here. She listened. It's anybody that's come through this program, this process. You know, so again, what message would you give to the other youth that have taken maybe alternative routes, have used a lot more of this, have used a lot more of this? Would you give them? All right, because they're already going down that path. You hear them.
Yeah.
You hear the talk, dude. You hear the fake confidence coming out of their mouth, because that's what it is. You know that. You know, when people talk like that, you know, it's a fake confidence. They're trying to convince themselves that they feel good about themselves, and the reality is that there are a lot of kids out there that do that shit, and then they're on the back end of that struggle, you know. As a young man in the midst, what would you tell us, bro?
Get off your phones. I think phones is a major problem in how we see things around us, and listen to people that you trust and that can guide you. I think that's the most important part, because I have my parents. I'm lucky enough to have my parents, my grandma, and my grandparents, my coach, and my partners, my training partners, everybody around me from here. So I think people just need to listen to people they trust. Get off your phones, because it poisons the mind. Sometimes I'm on my phone for too long, and my parents, they tell me to get off. So listen.
And do you get mad, or do you kind of like, yeah, okay, I've been on it for a while?
There have been times where it's like, I want to stay on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I'm in bed. I'm like, I want to stay on, but it's already past my bedtime. I should be going to sleep. But there are also times where it's like, yeah, I've been on my phone for way too long.
So you recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hey, man, awareness, and that's what we do here, man. It's just, you know, tell you the truth, make you aware of things that, you know, that kids aren't aware of, because they're so absorbed by this thing. You know, they're so absorbed by the fact that they want to be liked, or they're so absorbed by the fact that they have to find a group to hang out with at lunch. Yeah, you know, and I just want to make these friends so I can hang out at lunch, and maybe I'll get invited to some cool parties or whatever, you know. And the reality is you're that teenage, or that preteen age to 18 years old, man, that high school, that junior high shit. It's such a small amount of your life. You know, and I think, you know, where if you can hold fast and really stick to the things that you've shared with the young folks, is you'll realize how kind of unimportant certain stuff was in that time frame.
Yep.
You know, and I know it's hard for teens, especially teens that date, you know, to make things, you know, to downplay things, because when you get your feelings and you get your emotions involved at the age that you're at right now, you know, it triggers a whole bunch of shit, you know. So you know, for all the kids out there, I want them to know, like, you know, Johnny's just one example. There's a lot of kids out there that ain't in combat sports. They have good parents that surround themselves with people they trust. And a lot of the things that you said are right on, man. Kids need to listen to that from a kid. Yeah. But the reality is, I don't even look at you as a kid. You know, I just look at you as a young man finding his way through this crazy thing called life. And I told you a long time ago when you were little, I said, you know, you're gonna be a leader, dude. You know, because and that's what I want all parents out there to understand, is that they can decide to make their kids leaders, but leaders are taught. And before you become a leader, you must learn what to follow, how to follow, and understand why you're following. And around here, I believe we do all that shit. I never tell you to do something just because I said it. Yeah. You know, I'll show you.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And if I criticize and talk a little shit to you, you know, I get back in there and I show you again. Yeah.
It makes me want to do what you just showed me even harder if I'm struggling to do it.
Yeah.
Just right now, I was struggling to get the hands on the wrists.
On the double wrist control.
Yeah. I was getting annoyed. I was like, oh, I'm not getting this.
Yeah, and
you showed me.
And I saw what your partner was doing. It was just, you know, typical, you know, traditional jiu-jitsu move. Once I got you there, you know, why over under when I can grab your hips and drag you down, you know, which is absolutely why we were going over that wrist control. That's how important that wrist control is. Yeah. You know, but I saw you get real frustrated.
Once I got it, I was like, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah, it makes so much more sense.
So much more easy to do.
Yeah, and a lot of times, you know, it's being able to slow it down and not get too frustrated or emotionally charged.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where I think that the training helps with being a team in the 21st century.
For your age, you face a lot of adversity. All the dealing with the adversity. I definitely developed some kind of mental strain and teams and truth type of before.
Well, and then also too, I think ever since we started this, you know, and you know this, we started from the beginning, is we've always started from nothing. We've had to create whatever opportunities have come our way, you know, and then we've had to maybe even be judged or overlooked, or, you know, we could never get a decision at the beginning of your guys' careers. Remember, we couldn't get a decision nowhere, but we were never fighting in familiar places where, you know, our hometown people were around, or our family was, you know.
We've never trained to one of them.
No, and if you think about it, we started this with that mentality, with that underdog mindset, knowing that, I mean, shit, in your second fight, in your first fight, you had to take a kid that's fought his whole life. Mm-hmm. You know, with a dad that's a coach from a team, that is world renowned, bro.
Count that as a real fight? Yeah.
No. I mean, you know, world renowned. And then in your second fight, you had to go and fight a bigger guy on short notice that they switched up on you 8-10 days before, you know. And then your third fight, now you got to take, you know, with a respectable Elizondo from Halo BJJ, man. And remember, I think when we started, I even said, hey, we're gonna have to start our careers taking on the dudes that are like 5-0, 4-1, which is funny because, you know, now you're there, you know, and you've been here throughout the whole thing. So it's been, I'm sure it's been quite a ride for you. Yeah.
Pretty fun.
How's that feel? How's that feel like knowing things or experiencing things that you know as you hear other teenagers your age, as you hear them talk, and you know, I know you realize like, dude, they don't know what they're saying right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you've only experienced, you know, some of the, and in fighting, the lessons are very real and they stick with you, you know, because you can't say this shit didn't happen. You know, it happened and it affected you very much so. You know, so with that experience, you know, comes that quiet confidence because you are a young man of few words. I think that tonight has been a treat for anybody that really knows you because, you know, it's like, damn, dude, you're growing up.
You feel like you're growing up?
No.
No.
No,
Still feel
15
like
years old. Do you feel like you're 15?
no. I still feel like a little kid.
you fucking hit me yesterday like you're growing up. But I did see your face when the Chalino came on. It's my last round. Sanchez is on. Coach got a grin on his face.
You're dancing on your way over to the middle of the mat.
To me, like these are like moments that are gonna flash before my eyes before I die, you know. And the way I look at it is, okay, what's more beautiful than that? So that's why it's like, you know, we look at shit differently here.
Yeah.
We talk about things a little differently here.
More
We don't
straight up.
rush into anything, but we don't back down from nothing. You know, yeah, I've learned a lot from you as you learned from me, as you learned from Esteban, and that's what I think makes this whole thing super unique. And I remember when we started is talking about that is if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it differently than everybody else. You know, where you know fighters need to really be connected and grounded, and how do you do that without building, you know, community? Without building consistency, without building accountability throughout everybody, you know, because I hold myself to the same standard I hold everybody else around me, you know, and
Like they're saying, chain is only is only as strong as its weakest link.
as strong as its weakest link,
Yeah.
you know, and that's the thing is, if you think about it, you know, like we're here for those people that believe that they're weak in areas, but they first got to admit that shit. You know, so that's why it's been nice bringing you on because it's like, you know, we all do kind of talk similar around here. We, you know, whether it's your parents, whether it's you, whether it's me, whether it's Misa, whether it's Dean, Ray, you know, the members here, even my OGs, my 60-year-old, everybody kind of talks with the same sort of like energy and attitude and belief system, you know, and that's where it's like, I think it's important to share that with our communities because, you know, these are the areas that we have to raise our children in. These are the areas that we have to work in. And, you know, I think that sometimes we get too involved in all of the complexities of the times that we're in right now. And we get away from the actual connecting with folks,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and, you know, business it could be better if I changed my business schematics. But the reality is it would change the relationships and it would change the connections. And for me, you know, like that's what's made everything around us what it is. So, you know, I'm a true believer in always, you know, staying humble and true to that, you know, because it doesn't matter. Success comes and goes just like money, you know, and so does failure and defeat. So if we focus too much on that shit, we're just going to get more of that. I think we need to focus on what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the way you explained, you know, getting back into regimen is really important because everybody needs to hear that is regimens are important to, and schedules are important. patterns are important to people. And structure is important to people in life. And right now, like I said, the youth, I mean, fuck, dude, they're in disarray, man. I can see it. I can see it and I can hear it. And, you know, I believe that's what your path, whether you, no matter what field you go in, is to be a model for the people around you and to do it with your actions. And man, that's, you're going to get an opportunity to have fun next weekend.
Yep.
And that's the way we look at it. All this other shit that we talked about, you know, we could have sat here and just talked about your fights. I wanted to talk about you as a human. Because we're, you know, it just so happens that, you know, we fight and we're willing to fight and we're willing to fucking fall on our shields when we need to. But behind that, we're just like everybody else, eh? We're just like everybody else. We're just, I almost feel like we're just a little bit more fucking focused. And that's what I want to share with everybody out there is focus. Focus on the things that you need to do. Don't focus on the things that you want to happen. Because shit don't just happen. You have to do it, man. You have, and it's all the little stuff. Like with all the, you know, with the frustrations with the text.
Stuff on wanting things. You want something, go out and do it.
Yep. And that's that embodies exactly what our brand is.
Yeah.
That's why it's like you know, we have as we move forward, you know, we think about things more than just, you know, dollar signs and attention. And oh fucking look at me, look at me, look at me. You know what, man? Watch. Because if you don't look at me now, there's gonna come a time where you're gonna see something, right? And then you're gonna wonder, well, you know, that's impressive. And it didn't get there by just wanting to be seen. It got there by actually working and getting better at what you do and really embracing everything that you do about it. And then making sure that it runs parallel with everything else that you do, because there's not one thing. Maybe there's different endeavors, right? But the approach is the same. It's the same. It's regimental. It's consistent. It's you know, it's disciplined. You know, it's all the things that I see a lot now that not only do we not see it in children, but we don't see it in parents.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one of the things that's
Sure. Parents want to be the role model. Kids, or no, they want the kids to be a specific way. Like people learn better by watching somebody else do it. So lead by example.
Yeah, no, and which brings me to another thing is as my youngest fighter, I had to experience youth combat sports, you know, and the organizations and the community that comes along with that, you know, the Pop Warner-ish mentality that I in your younger years, remember in the younger years in the old USFL days, you know, the smokers, you know, and just dealing with, you know, the whole vibe, you know, and then the vibe of like the parents at those things. And I, you know, it was not a vibe that like we had ever seen. You know, your mom remembers it, where it was like we would go in just business like, you know, because of the way we prepare and stuff. And you would see like little kids running around, little Muay Thai stuff, you know, with hot dogs, nachos.
Even nachos.
Yeah. So Johnny used to look at him like, what are they doing? You know, like, shouldn't they be getting ready to fight? Yeah. They were 10 years old, bro. And I remember thinking, I'd look at you and go, I don't know, dude. I would never like just gather a bunch of kids together and be like, hey, let's go put on some gloves and
Sure. For all the people that were there, Most things get knocked out. Right?
Dude, hey, we were.
Do you remember the silence of when he was going up against the other kid? He was all.
Oh man, dude, I'll tell you what. If I can paint a picture for the people out there, right? So this kid right here, all right?
In the moment.
We're
But around all people were.
we're not braggers, all right? We're not braggers, so we don't sit here. But you're a 3-time national pancration champion
Yeah.
through the USFL, right? And there's a story here about I want to say it was the last time you fought for USFL. No, it was your second national title, right, in Florida.
Yep.
Yeah, it was the second national title. You were 11 years old and 12.
I was 12.
You were 12 years old. All right, so check it out.
Actually, it was my third. I think
It was your third national title already?
that was my last one.
Yeah. So check it out. So I'll
So
paint a
13,
picture
14.
for people out there, right? To give you an idea of like our experience with youth combat sports on a national level, right? Is we flew out to Florida and his first opponent, it was only going to be 1 5-minute round. And in pancration, it's like MMA for kids. You can't kick or punch to the head, so they don't want any head trauma. And then the submissions, there's limited submissions to what they can attempt and what they can finish.
You only go 3 strikes on top.
3 strikes to in every position that a child gets in. They allow 3 punches, and then they have to move and show more technique and tact. Right. Well, in your first fight, you were pitted against this kid, I believe, from Sacramento, and you went in there, and it was funny, right? Because we have no fans there. It was just me, Estelle, on you, and your family. Your mom, dad, cousin, and grandma. So we're nobody. We got 1 student, right? We go to nationals, and in his first fight, you did every single thing I asked you to do, and because we weren't known, nobody was cheering for us. So it kind of sounded almost like a drill sergeant, barking out orders, and then you would execute them on the young man. And I remember, I want to say about 2 minutes into it, you busted the kid's nose, right? And again, you can't hit to the face, but Johnny was cross-facing him and doing everything that I asked him to do. And I would ask him to change a position, and Johnny would change a position. I'd be like, now hit him. Boom, and Johnny would hit him. I'd be like, hit the other side, and he'd hit the other side rib cage, and then everybody was looking at me and looking at the kids. Parents were horrified. They were like, what the hell is going on? Listen, this motherfucker right here is telling this 12-year-old kid to destroy this other young man. And to me, he was executing the game plan. And I'll never forget, man. It's a classic ass moment, right? Because after the fight, we had a coach, from the House of Moons.
Blevins.
Yeah.
Blevins.
Blevins, Coach, brother, if you're out there, this shit, it's a classic moment in our life, all right? Is that I'll never forget it. He was the coach of the fighter, and he walks by us, and the first thing he does, he looks at me, and all I can think of, man, is back in the days. If anybody's seen Friday, the old movie Friday, Lil Crackhead Ezel, right? He looked at me, he goes, "Y'all train with killers. Y'all train with killers," and then he ran off. I thought to myself, damn. We came here ready for the best in the nation. We came here ready not to eat nachos and drink Gatorades and take pictures with our gloves on. Like, we came here to smash. And I remember hearing parents, hearing parents, how old is he? And honestly, I was obnoxious. It made me lose my temper, because I thought to myself, shame on you people, because you set the bar down here for your kid. When you see a kid come out with the bar up here, Now you want to shit on the kid? And from that point on, I don't have much respect for the parents that put their kids in the youth combat sports and are going to bitch and moan when their kid gets smashed. Because the reality is you're asking your kid to go in there and get in a fist fight with somebody
That's
else.
what's wrong with that pop owner mentality.
Oh, there's coaches like that too, though.
Yeah.
It's not only parents, it's coaches too.
Yeah. No, but we were talking about parents, so I thought I'd stay on them. Coaches, you guys do what you got to do. I understand. Your shops are a business. I get it. It's this balancing act, man. It's fucking hard. I get it. I've lost business because I do business the way I do. I've lost business. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm not teaching bullshit. And I'm not teaching people that it's okay to be fucking coddled. I'm teaching young men like this. All right? Even my daughter right now is 13 years old, and she's in the meat and potatoes of all the bullshit that you know now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And she ain't keeping it together that good. So, that's where parents come in. That's where coaches come in. That's where adults that are more intelligent than a 13-year-old child come in. So for me, shit like that is more important than just keeping your business because I tell you that your kid's pretty good at it and he just needs to keep training. And if he keeps coming here, we'll give him a belt and we'll do this and we'll do that. Fuck that. I'll tell you straight up, dude. I'm going to teach your kid how to fight. If your kid don't want to learn how to fight, y'all can go. You know why? Because that kid, his weakness and his softness, and then the parent coddling that bullshit is going to rub off on everybody else on the mats. And that's what ain't going to happen here. And that's what Machina Combat's all about. You're a Machina. You're going to train to be a Machina, a machine. And you're not just going to train to be a machine in the cage or in the ring. You're going to train to be a machine in life. Where when you set your mind to something and it's time to produce, you produce, kid. Mm-hmm. And that's really what it's about. It's about, and then understanding you have a worth because of that. And that's the thing is we're all looking, we have this whole generation of youth looking for attention for worth. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Attention doesn't give you worth. Accomplishments, actions, integrity, self-respect. Almost burped. Self-respect. That's the bread and butter. But you can't buy that shit. You can't buy it. It's not a belt you can wrap around your damn waist. You got to earn that shit. And I'm proud as fuck of who you're becoming, but you ain't done yet. And it's that mentality. We're not kissing your ass because you got 5 belts. Because come Monday, well, actually it's fight week, so we won't whoop your ass on Monday. Well, I guess we'll let you get ready for your fight. But, that's why when I talk with passion because I truly believe in what we do here. Because we're not here to just produce a bunch of kids that are fighting. No. We're here to produce leaders, to produce quality, to produce extensions of the philosophies and the teachings and the things that we learn here. And I want you in your life to look at things the same way. And then that's what makes the world a better place. That's what makes your community a better place, is setting a bar. Don't be afraid just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because fear, we did a whole podcast on fear. That eats people alive. Just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to maybe not go with convention. Don't be afraid to take a chance on yourself. Because the reality is, like we talked about death before, is when the lights go out, it goes out on you, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. And then life goes on. And if you do you to max and full potential, you'll live forever. And you know that. Litos are always with us forever, brother. Forever. Why? Because of how he did it. Not about how he said it. You know what I'm saying? So and so like that fucking goes perfectly in line with what our brand is. You know. And then, you know, that's what lives forever. Is that dog. You know, no. I chose to be me. I chose to do what I believed was right for me and for everybody around me. Because a lot of times, you know, we struggle with that. We struggle with making, because you know that, you know, well, my mom might be upset or this might happen. You know, so it really, when you make decisions like that at a young age, you know, it gives you a lot of fucking maturity growing up. You know, because that's the thing we struggle with in decision making is we want to make people happy, you know, but the reality is happy is just a state of mind, eh? To be happy all the time, honestly, that'd fucking annoy me. I'm happy. Get the fuck out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here with that. You know, it's like,
when dogs are happy all the time, collapse. Sunshine dogs.
yeah. Well, yeah. But hey, but if people acted like dogs, then I would be okay with them being happy. Right? Because there would be loyalty. There. You get all the attention you want from dog. You know what I'm saying? People wouldn't be out there on TikTok and fucking social media trying to get attention because they'd all be acting like dogs with each other. We'd be sniffing each other's ass and banging, you know, having fun. You know. And yeah, there'd be some fights, but you know, we'll make up. It's all good. You know?
It's true.
We're all dog lovers.
Cool too.
Oh yeah, they're just, you know, and if you think, I think we get away from that shit. Is that we're animals too, and we need attention, and we need. There's certain things that we need too. So it's like, it's funny that we always look outside for that shit. Look inside and look around, because if the people that are around you love you and care for you, then, you know, you won't have to question them. Do they love me? Do they care for me? Why?
Yep.
Because their actions will show it.
Yep.
You know, even when they're actions that you don't want to hear, because you don't want to get off your phone, or because you really want to go out to that party, or because you want to go out on a date.
For as disciplined as you are there things that you struggle with, discipline-wise, being disciplined at?
Food. I love food. Gosh.
I could eat all day.
Yeah, me
Literally
too.
just
Yes, Sweeto's full.
I think that's probably the main thing. Food.
Dude, she lived with me
Like
too. I
sweets.
wouldn't stop
Sweets,
eating
yes.
either.
Yeah, which ones?
Ice cream.
Yeah.
What?
Which one?
Are you going to be able to just have one Oreo then?
I'm probably not gonna eat the Oreo.
Ah.
Mental fortitude.
Yeah, it's instilling discipline. Good.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
He'll take the fall.
on that note, shit, we've been on the Machina Mills for almost a month now.
Ooh.
What the hell are you doing over there, dude? Yeah, stay hydrated.
Okay.
So that's the perfect example of the kind of reality we get here in Alphabet. All right, it's around here, you know, we can lead a horse to fucking water. So the main lesson out of that is that you can plan out whatever the hell you want. That don't mean it's gonna go down like that. So for you folks out there struggling with it, hey, at least he's aware of the truth. So hey,
Correct.
you truth, right?
He said,
Truth, right? All right, yeah. So don't wonder, Holmes.
that's
Don't
hell.
wonder. You all your questions got answered, Vato. Now we know Taurus is fucking, you know, living life beautifully,
Yeah.
inch off the bell. You know,
Looks a lot slimmer.
I'm doing good. I'm in the month, and I'll be honest, I've slipped more than an Oreo here and there. Right. But I'm sitting about 170, 171, so I still dropped about 4.5 pounds this month, you know, and I still got to indulge a little bit more than just one Oreo. And again, the reason we did this wasn't to be like, you know, I don't want to do shit like everybody else. I want to show you guys that like real people, they're okay with not being super regimental and sticking to something, I'll bet them. Yeah. It's all right. Love yourself.
Yeah, at least
Love you, homie. I love you.
at least you're hydrated, brother.
Hey, he got rule number 1.
I know.
He's stuck on phase 1.
It's a process for everything, and people like there's no rush to get that process right. But people got to remember that time don't wait for nobody. So
Oh, it's all.
you gotta eventually do it.
How's shit going with you? Because also right in the middle of it, you were dealing with some health.
Oh yeah,
How's that going?
I fucked with everything.
Yeah.
It was just an infection. With fluid around the heart was infected from a previous.
So it's
Probably from when I got sick from all the shit that was going on in here. So probably just lingered. It stayed in my body, and
Shit, the specimen.
they didn't expect. I didn't clear it out with any antibiotics. I think because I was fucking pissing like a racehorse from drinking so much water. I really think that's what it was. I was at work, coach. Thank God there's a bathroom across my freaking room. Oh my gosh, let me just say that.
Pretty good.
I had my own meals too, mostly, but only because I'm hella picky. And again, if I eat the same shit over and over again, it works out for me better.
It becomes a
That's what it is for me. Is I need the same thing. So you guys have seen, you guys can vouch because I post it every time. My lady makes me food for the week, and it's the same shit: chicken, rice, and zucchini.
nice. Do you use any sauces?
I don't know. I don't cook it. No, she lightly seasons,
Nice.
but it's the same shit. I've had that for lunch every single day, even during all that for the past month.
You don't want
Every single day.
Just try to make it.
How do you feel?
I feel fucking great. The
So-
time
so-
when all that shit happened, it was
so
bad. but-
Prior to acknowledging that you were going to start making different decisions with your nutrition, even whether it was with Machina Meals or it wasn't, it was easier for us to stay on it because it's around us. You make it.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I eat the shit out of it,
Mhm.
But Johnny too has been on it too, but just that adjustment has made a big difference.
Yeah, but it's all based off. So that first week we did all have those 5 meals. So my portions were based off whatever you had in the listed on
Yeah, you
the
use that to kind
on
of,
the top.
I
Try it
remember
out.
going into it. I remember
for yourself.
we didn't really talk about the scale much. We talked more about how you felt, energy levels, and body composition. And I know Taurus he's been religious.
Mhm.
And he's been sticking to it, and you can see, like I said, he has lost body fat in a month
Yeah.
off of eating food that made him feel good, that tasted good.
The difference of him when he sat here the first time from the second time it was crazy.
Was it cool?
You could tell.
Yeah. So that's the thing is we never intended our meal plan to be like any other meal plan. We were just fucking doing that shit because that's what the industry does. The reality is that I'm kind of anti-industry in the sense where I'm not going to sell you the same bullshit that they do. I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm not going to do it to where you're dependent on me. I want you to be, dependent on yourself. Independence is key because as we age and we have less friends and people around us are dying, independence is the most important thing, and our health is the most important thing to that independence. So if you think about it, that's all we're trying to teach.
Yeah. Another cool detail. So yeah, the meals that were being made for me were based off like everything you wrote on top of the initial meals we had. So we followed that. I'm not gonna say I had Machina meals, but I had Machina guidance. And for anybody out there that has an autoimmune disease, I TMI, I get infections a lot, whether it be anywhere in my freaking body or whatever happens. That happens a lot. And within the month, I could probably have like 3 to 4 times where they want to throw me on antibiotics. A lot of times I don't take it, but the only thing that happened this month was my heart. And I mean, fuck, it's going to happen, of course, but I have all the other things that usually come up. Yeah, but all the other things that usually come up within the month of like certain kinds of infections that I can get or pain Didn't happen this month.
Yeah.
Because there was less
Yeah.
inflammation.
It didn't happen this
So,
month.
so for everybody out there, straight up, like Machina Meals is no fucking joke, right? We're starting to take pre-orders for weekly meal plans. We suggest anywhere from 1 or to 2 meals a day, so anywhere from $50 to $100 a week. All right, it's real food. It's not that 350.
I was gonna say that, like, there's nothing special to Machina meals. It's just
Nope.
food without the processed stuff that people are so accustomed to eating and putting in their bodies. So
It's taking that smarter, not harder approach.
exactly.
And pre-order if you'd like to pre-order if you'd like it by Saturday to pick up on Saturday because we're here on Saturdays of the
To be yeah,
all right, then order by Wednesday.
by Wednesday night.
If you want it by Monday, order by Friday.
Friday.
Of every week. All right. We also have on Wednesdays, we have just a meal of the week.
Mhm.
If it's first come, first serve. So if you guys want to try it on a Wednesday, and then we got the 5 meals on the menu, we'll post that on our
Pre-orders.
Instagram and our Facebook. And if you guys want to get on the path, like these individuals have gotten on the path, where you go after that, like I said, man, that's up to you. That's up to you. We can assist you with that. We can tell you the truth. We can give you a little bit of guidance and direction.
We won't hold your hand.
Oh, I can't lift your hand.
Nah.
I mean, at the same time, that's one of the reasons I call myself the blue collar trainer is that I'm not going to charge you an arm and a leg. I'm going to try to teach you how to fish, man. If you don't want to know how to fish, then fucking go somewhere else, man. Go have somebody give you a fish. And if you can afford continuing for people to give you a fish, then handle that business.
Kudos to you.
Yeah, around here we're making Johnnies and Taylors and Estebans and folks around here that want to take the power back for themselves. And that's one of the things is you have to own the shit you do. So why not enjoy it and understand that you decided to do it? Because it makes it more
Empowering.
empowering, and it makes you more consistent, whatever it is. So you've started, and that's only a month, huh?
Does the difference
never doing it.
does the difference that you've
Out of
noticed
never doing
Yeah,
it.
never
Listen
doing
to
it.
that
does the
shit, out of
difference
never
that you've
doing it.
noticed kind of motivates you to do a little more or just to continue to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
But
good.
it's-
I'm stuck in a pattern now, so I think I'm gonna be on this pattern for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. So and along the journey, you'll take stuff out. You'll put stuff in. You'll keep it regimental for a little bit, and then you'll realize, hey, something's going on in my body. Maybe I need to change some stuff up. Then you might look at the 5 phases or the 5 pillars. What's my hydration doing? What's my nutrition doing? What am I doing to get my cellular activity going?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I was doing an ice bath a week. Not from here down because I had a heart monitor on. That was fun.
Well, if you think about
That was really fun.
Again, you said you had less flare-ups
Yes.
of other infections.
And you've known about my hip.
That's
My
why I
hip's
told you-
cool.
That's why I told you if you just gotta
Yeah.
go and hip, it'll help the hip. And that's what it's doing.
Yeah, my hip's good.
People, it's baby steps, man. Don't overhaul shit. It's baby steps. But understand when you're to the point where something's got to change. I got to push a little harder. I have to maybe cinch up my belt and have whatever little sweets I am indulging in, stop indulging in those for a little bit. Or, maybe I got to start, getting on the mats, Beto, because you want me getting ragdolled like you did the other day.
You just gotta drop your hips, dude. Overhook.
Yeah. Yeah, but you gotta have some flexibility in those hips too. Yeah. No, I ain't
out, Beto.
No, why not?
Go.
We've tried to have you
No.
kick a bag before. It was the
I told you, I
funniest fucking
seen it,
shit.
bro.
It was the
Hey.
funniest shit.
Hey,
Hey, Beto, hey, check it out, bro. Like I said, hey, I'll give you kudos on the hydration. Vato, hey, Vato.
there's more.
Hey, Vato, your
to it.
program's
There's more to it. Yeah.
I told him I made you kick the heavy bag and that you couldn't get your fucking hit your leg anywhere, bro.
I saw his gait movement when I fucking brought him on the mat. Why do you think I toppled his ass so quick?
Yeah, bro.
Hey, you're lucky we ain't got video on that.
We stopped tackling just to watch. Enjoy the show.
Hella funny.
Oh man, yeah. So with that said, Johnny, thank you for coming on, bro. I hope you had fun.
I did. It's pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the conversation.
We do when we hang out at barbecues and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't nothing change around here. Again, as real as it gets, that's what the UFC says. Well, it's a big fucking difference. Yeah. We got our own reality over here, and it seems to work for the people that stick with it. The people that don't, we wish you power, man.
Nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best to everybody. But the reality is if you ain't with us, then good luck. Because we're gonna keep on our path, and we're gonna keep doing what we do, and we're gonna strive the way we strive. And we don't expect everybody to be on board. This place, the way I look at it, it's for everybody, but not just anybody can be here. Because complacency is something that I think not enough people speak up about it. And complacency is another form of fucking fear. And just because you've done shit in one avenue doesn't mean that, you're done.
Yeah, don't stop.
Don't stop, man. Don't
Keep
stop.
going.
Don't stop. If you're doing something that is hurting you, stop. It shouldn't be hurting you unless what you're doing is what we're doing. And what we're doing is we're dishing out pain. So if we're dishing out pain, we must accept pain for what it is. So if you want to get down in the fight game, that's how we get down. In the fitness game, honestly, we're a lot more flexible, but we don't coddle. We teach. And you learn or you quit. And if you quit, that's all right. You're not a bad person. We don't hate you. We can't have you slowing our shit down. And that goes for everybody out there. Everybody's invited over here. I'm a lot nicer when you meet me one-on-one. Because I want to more get to know who you are. Right? And I don't get to know who you are if we're being fucking fake. So I'm not that. So, and if I find out you're a candy ass dude, don't get all upset when I tell you. It's like accept the candy acidness and then be like, okay, well then maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Well, maybe you're not.
Yep.
Maybe you're not. And that's okay. I still love you. I just can't kick it with you now.
Fucking clip that.
It's out to fucking everybody all the time. We don't really hate shit. They're just shit that we don't have no time for. So it's not about hating shit. It's about not having time for it. So people out there, man, get on your page, get on whatever page you need to get on, but make sure that you're doing shit. Stop talking about it, man. Do it. And fucking with an Oreo, I'm out.
Yeah. Come on, Johnny.
Can't look.
Come on, Johnny.
Hey,
Can't look. No.
Come on, Johnny.
that's discipline. No, respect that shit.
I'll go home and I'll have
Respect that
a
shit. Hey,
honey.
Ah.
I bending the rules. I like to get real close, but there's rules you don't break, but there's rules you can bend.
Is camera still on?
Have you guys tried?
Lay. Sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I found it. I don't know where it came from.
This guy. How many tickets do we have?
Where we go?
Oh shit! Ticket sales. Hey, fun.
Excuse me. Okay. We got a few tickets left. 55? 65. We have a few $65 general admission tickets for Johnny's fight next weekend, the 17th in Oakland. Come watch him defend his title. I believe he is going to be the co-main event, so you'll be able to get some kind of show. I'm not going to say good or bad. Before he gets on there and puts on a damn show.
Co-main event.
Not many 15. No, absolutely not. And he's done it multiple
He's
times.
here.
So Prodigy's here. Let's get a good group out there. Support this kid because he's making waves. I swear, he scared him away the first time. He's back to do what he wanted to do in October. And then we still have $55 general admission tickets for Esteban's fight the following weekend, which might feature Johnny Boy and Taylor as well. So those are on sale as well for the 24th at Table Mountain Casino.
Yeah.
That's it.
So,
Boom, boom, pow.
yeah, that's it.
Lay. Sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Lay. Sir.